Right, Campion's Champions is basically showcasing people who work on our behalf 24 hours, the whole year round to make our lives better. You know what I mean? People on the front line, people who look after us while we sleep, tighten our beds. This is all about them. This is their chance, OK? This is me identifying people that have gone above and beyond their line of duty, and that's what this is all about. Just giving them a bit of a chuck up and a bit of a sort of like thumbs up to them.
Absolutely, because we don't really get enough of that, do we? I think
we don't, no. And do you know what? The worst thing is, not only do they not get enough, other stations batter them down, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
They do. I'm sick and tired of reading in newspapers and online, etc., negative stories about our armed forces.
Absolutely. I want positivity, and I want to chuck the people up that look after us.
So, you've been out and about doing a few bits and bobs, haven't you?
I have been out and about doing a few bits and bobs. I think the script's going to go out the window now because we're miles away. So, listen, I went to Goodwood, and first of all, I met a team of people there who were doing tremendous stuff, OK, on behalf of people. Let's have a look at this interview if they've got it coming.
Yes, we've got an interview.
I'm at Mission Motorsport, and I'm with Jim, who is the CEO. Jim, can you tell us briefly what's it all about? What's going on?
So my background is in the army, and 10 years ago I just come back from Afghanistan, twitching a bit, mate, to be perfectly honest. But I've got a background in motorsport and was looking at how can you use motorsport in order to promote people's recovery. And that idea, race, retrain, recover, comes back then doing work that we did actually with MOD, and we were established as the Forces Motorsport Charity back on the 1st of March 2012, so we're just a little over 10 years old now.
Cool. And you've attracted some big names here today, haven't you? You've got like Lotus and Bentley, and I've seen all sorts kicking around here.
There's some really cool stuff, and I mean we had one of Her Majesty's armoured Range Rovers here earlier with the blue lights in the dash and all the rest of it. But it's because we run a recovery motorsport programme that's all about like trying to lift those who are winded, injured and sick. But we do a broader piece for the armed forces community, including the families, which is to help them get jobs in the industry.
Okay. So yesterday, I went to Bulford Camp to meet a young soldier who's leaving the military medically discharged with mental health. During a period in his life where he's felt down, he's searched for an answer to his problems, and he's taken to barbering to help sort not just himself out, but others too. Have a butcher's at this. I've come to Kiwi Barracks in Bulford, where I'm speaking to a young man today who's actually still serving, all right? But he's going to get out real soon. He's had a few problems with mental health in the past, but now he has realised that barbering is actually an awesome way of getting over and creating a place where people can speak and talk to each other. And mental health, by the way, is all about just that, talking to each other. So here's Ben, who's with me right now. How are you, Ben? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
So days for you left to do now?
I'm not quite sure at the minute. I'm just waiting for my letter, which will tell me basically my last day of service, so a good few months.
But you're into this barbering now?
Yeah, I'm doing the barbering. I'm quite active. Obviously, I'm trying to get out there. And
you self-funded your course, didn't you?
I did, yes, yeah.
And how did you find it?
Yeah, it's good. It's quick paced. There's a lot to learn in like a short amount of time. It's only a 15-week course, so it's quite hands-on.
Mental health-wise, right, you've had your problems, and I'm not going to go into that today, I really don't want to do that, right?
Yeah.
But you've identified that this is a space where men can talk, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. Like when I went to my barber's and got my hair cut, you don't realise that you're speaking, and obviously it's like a weight lifted off your shoulders, and like you say, you feel like you're in charge of that, which is quite good for.
Yeah, you know, it's. I feel when I sit in that barber's chair, do you know what I mean? I'm the boss for the day, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And you come out, and you summed it up earlier when we was talking, you said, I feel good about myself.
Yeah, that's
when you come out of the barber's, I've had my hair done, I'm feeling good, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a great place to just talk to each other, isn't it?
It definitely is, and like I say, it's an easy situation. You don't realise that you're talking, and while you're talking, you're getting yourself out there, and you just generally feel a lot better when you leave.
Cool. So, moving on with the barbering thing, I know you want to go a little bit further than just barbering. I think you want to do podcasting as well,
Yeah,
at some stage.
I'd like to obviously appeal to the wider nation sort of thing and get mental health more out there, because although it's out there, it's not. There's always more that could.
Lots of people talking about it, not too many people doing too much about it. In some instances, there's lots of people doing lots of great stuff.
Yeah.
But in other areas, I think it's got to be more widely accepted that mental health is something that, unless everybody starts talking about it, we can't really action, can we?
Yeah, especially in the armed forces as well. Like it's a big problem, but a quiet problem in the sense that.
It's because guys are sort of like. Guys don't want to go out there and you know, if you break your arm, you're like, whee, look at this, like, whee, snapped it right in half, I did.
Yeah.
When you hurt upstairs, A, I can't see it, and B, it's like, oh dear, do I really want to say something about that?
That's it.
And we need to be in a position where anybody can talk about anything.
And yeah, that's it, and obviously realise that it is okay to talk and it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Listen, I really, really hope that you get these podcasts and the barbering done at the same time.
Yeah.
I can't see a better place. I can see that picture now, that podcast camera on you, barbering, talking to people about a whole heap of topics and promoting mental health. I really would like to see that.
Cheers, thank you.
And look, mate, you're going in the right direction, so best of luck with the future.
Cheers.
All right? Tremendous guy there, Ben. Tremendous guy. Anyway, finally, a group of serving troop commanders from the Royal Marines have taken it upon themselves to raise money for the Royal Marine charity. They're doing their version of an Iron Man, which is nails, I'm going to tell you. This is what they sent me. All right, this is what they sent me. Phil, hi Phil. Firstly, thanks again for supporting the challenge and for all the work you do, blah, blah, blah. As a team, we think the message we'd like to push out would be something like this. The idea for Hidden Help for Hidden Heroes came about to fundraise for the Royal Marines charity at a time that has seen external pressures placed upon everyday people, be it the COVID pandemic or now the rising cost of living. Hidden Help is not about us. The reason we want to stay anonymous stems from the fact that we don't want any of the limelight ourselves. It should all be focused on the charity, which does amazing work for the Royal Marines community. Hidden Heroes, many people aren't open about their struggles. A few aren't even open about their military service. However, some could be in real need of help with both physical and or psychological injuries they have as a result of their time in the service picked up. They go on to say that basically the challenge, to put it simply, we wanted to push ourselves to the limits, to build and draw attention to our venture, and basically they've come through me on Campion's Champions, where I can say exactly who they are. They are at Hidden Help, at Hidden Help for Hidden Heroes. They are top guys, and if you can help them in any way, shape or form, they are doing some tremendous stuff. They really are.
Yes, indeed. Well, we normally do a section here called National Treasure, but this really is our National Treasure, OK? I mean, who could be a better National Treasure than indeed the people who fight and die and serve for this country? And all too often, Phil, they are talked down, they're not given the mental health care that they need afterwards, they're not given the housing that they need afterwards, and they're criticised as well. Sometimes they get a knock on the door 60 years after they've been in battle somewhere and get put on trial.
That sort of stuff, you know, is completely out of order, do you know what I mean? But I do believe that if more agencies like GBNews get on board and start promoting the good that these people do, the fact that they actually are prepared not only to do their day jobs, but go out and help people outside of what they do, without seeking recognition, without seeking fame and fortune, all right, without looking at Instagram likes or nothing like that, then that will actually help the cause for everybody, do you know what I mean? And when we can get people talking about it, then we can get stuff done, do you know what I mean?
There's lots of just incredibly good people in our military, aren't there?
Absolutely. They're not there because they don't get picked, they don't get selected, they don't get through training, OK, because they're no good at what they do. They're extremely capable, extremely competent and extremely willing to help. And I think we need to recognise that a little bit more in society.